Hello. I'd like to take a few moments to talk to you about the Spyrus Enterprise Management System, or SEMS, and the strong security solution it provides to any organization deploying Spyrus encrypting storage drives and our Microsoft certified bootable Windows to go live drives. While these drives provide the strongest data at rest protection when used by the mobile workforce, organizations are faced with another challenge that is the management, audit, and policy enforcement of these high-capacity, small form factor devices. SEMS was designed to operate on Windows Server Ecosystem on-premise or on Microsoft Azure with ability to scale from proof of concept with a small number of devices to deployments with tens of thousands of devices under management. SEMS server components maintain device records and audit information of the SEMS client software provisioned in the Spyrus endpoint device to control the device behavior while transparently enforcing policies set by the organization and auditing all device operations. SEMS has a web-based management console to provide operational views through which administrators can maintain control over all deployed devices. Spyrus has achieved this balance to give you the productivity promised by mobility, but with the security supplied by Spyrus. SEMS designed in additional security with the Spyrus security module serves to protect all sensitive information between the device and server elements, which authenticates all client-server connections within a TLS tunnel to provide a defense in-depth design against network and man-in-the-middle attacks, and protects transfers of SEMS-sensitive data elements such as password changes and recovery codes. So let's highlight each of these SEMS device management categories to give you a complete overview of the easy-to-administer operations. The primary SEMS operations include password key management commands, which manage the hardware encryption keys in the Spyrus encrypted bootable Windows to go drives, and the Microsoft BitLocker software encryption keys used on non-hardware encrypted drives. However, BitLocker is also used by several of our customers to provide an additional layer of data at rest protection for the hardware encrypted drives at a defense in-depth configuration. Other SEMS operations include device registration for tracking, device initialization for personalization, device disable to temporarily disable use of the device, device re-enable to return a disabled device to active operations, change password to force users to change the password on devices, device destroy, kill, to permanently disable the device from working. Drives that are destroyed can be repurposed with a new operating environment and registered and personalized for new users. Password recovery of Spyrus hardware and Microsoft BitLocker software encryption keys when users forget their password without having to re-provision the device. Device audit that tracks all the activities of not only the device, but SEMS operators too. Now let's review SEMS policy management services. Enterprise organizations exist in groups such as finance and engineering. SEMS was designed to mirror both functional operations and hierarchical responsibilities of organizations. Hence, SEMS facilitates the creation of different policy rules to manage groups of users and subgroups of devices. Using offline usage policy as an example, device use may be prohibited to a product development team in engineering if the data sources are rapidly and dynamically changing, making any offline use subject to obsolescence. In a second example, a workforce group that is more transient and temporary, such as contractors, will have the expiry dates of devices set to disable devices on a scheduled date and applied to group of contractors or subgroups of devices to make them conform to contract dates and enabled again with a new expiry date after contracts have been extended. The principal parameters that appear in the SEMS policy repertoire are number of failed logon attempts allowed, number of offline logons permitted where no network connectivity is required, password complexity rule enforcement, hardware device encryption key password recovery, BitLocker software key password recovery, group expiry polity to disable or destroy all devices in a group on a set expiry date, password duration or renewal date. A complex organization often requires multiple administrators to govern the deployed devices. The SEMS administrator in charge of one group, say in the USA, may have different roles and privileges associated with their management than a SEMS administrator overseeing users in Germany. In another example, because device destroy is critical and non-reversible, this action may be restricted to a single, specific, privileged administrator who is permitted to invoke this command. SEMS accommodates these needs by providing organizations with the ability to define separate and distinct SEMS operator roles for each administrator who is assigned to manage deployed Spyrus devices. The SEMS console screens presented next are taken from a SEMS deployment on Microsoft Azure, which is actively used by Spyrus for customer demonstrations and training. The action status view of the SEMS console displays open and closed actions for disable, enable, destroy, password recovery, and policy updates for each device. The audit status view of the SEMS console provides a view of all actions performed by a user or administrator. SEMS auditing also captures add, modify, and delete file activity on the device. The Group Policy view of the SEMS console controls the policy settings for each group or subgroup. Last, but perhaps most important, we address the issues of security requirements for a mobile device management system, and specifically how the high-assurance security features exclusively incorporated within SEMS provides defenses against malicious actions and cyber attacks necessary in today's high-threat environment. The challenge is not to enable an enterprise to globally manage the organization's devices. The challenge is to enable only authorized, authenticated personnel, software, hardware, and services with the ability to globally manage the approved set of devices and to deny all unauthorized or unauthenticated personnel, software, hardware, or services. SEMS is a high-assurance security architecture designed to deny access to attackers and only enable access to authorized, authenticated personnel. This can be enforced through the use of Spyrus Rosetta hardware security devices to provide two-factor strong authentication for SEMS administrative console operators and to support cryptographic services for client-server communications. All client-server communications are performed using HTTPS and further authenticated using unique Spyrus SECX technology. SECX provides a double layer of tunneling together with signature verification to protect against man-in-the-middle cyber attacks on the issuance of SEMS commands. The SEMS Security Module Service, configured to use the Spyrus Rosetta FIPS Level 3 hardware security module for cryptographic key generation and management, protects the encryption and recovery of user passwords. You can preview SEMS operations when you purchase a set of devices for testing or pilot. Spyrus provides you with an account on our SEMS system operating on Azure so you can experience the full facilities of SEMS from your office. Spyrus also uses Azure for our customer training for familiarity so that you can get online even before you install your own SEMS servers. We hope that we have given you an introductory perspective on the importance of a secure and flexible mobile device management solution into your IT infrastructure. For further information on the Spyrus SEMS system, please visit our website, download our white papers, or contact us at Spyrus Products and Sales, 408-392-4303, or sales@spyrus.com. Thanks for listening.